Thanks for being here today.
Yeah.
I'm very happy to have this chat with you. Let's talk about everything that's going on in your life, how things have developed, the good, the bad, and as you just told me, the crazy. So let's start with your current situation. How is life? How is your dating life? How is life in general? How are you feeling?
Yeah, life feels good. I developed like the last 6 months personal and also in dating. I started my own business. I'm seeing a really cute girl. She's really lovely. And yeah, it feels good. I never felt like free before. In the last years, I was like hustling in business and dating, and everything was like feels a little bit unstructured. You running and hustling and doing, but you don't have like this clear goal where to get to. And you helped me to get to the point where I feel really alignment with myself and my values. So that feels great. Yeah.
That's actually great to hear. Yeah, this alignment, and it feels a lot more calm when you have that. That's what it sounds like.
I'm enjoying life more than ever. That's really really awesome. Yeah, cheers to that.
Actually.
The personal and business and dating shift from that. Hey, I'm just an employee and dating some kind or hookups with some girls. Now I have a main goal I want to reach in my life with my business, with my dating life, with my friends and family. So this is why I might feel really happy today.
What would you say was your biggest pain when you decided to work with me the first time? Because we basically worked together twice. The first
Yeah.
time was about your dating life. The second time was more about finding more purpose in life.
Yeah.
When we started working together, what was your dating life before we started?
Actually, my
working?
dating life was quite good comparing to most men, I think. It was more like the technical part, and I was always struggling with some mindset things. I remember like you were coaching me and we were sat down on on a sofa. I was like writing down all the stuffs and all the questions I had, and you say to me, yeah, we can go for each topic. I can find you a solution, but Max, try to understand the general approach. What do you want in life? What do you want with a girl? This was really a shift in my mindset. I have a different approach how to approach girls. So most guys learning a pickup line and hope that like who is a girl is hooked. You are always in your mind to think about how to influence or manipulate a girl. That's not the goal to influence people. You have to be yourself, be the man you want to be, and other people and girls also will follow you. This was the shift you teach me, and this was the biggest shift in my dating career. Yeah, this was really nice. It helped me a lot, and this also helps me to develop like values, who I am, what I stand for, and what I want.
Yeah, it's interesting because when I met you, I always thought you already have. You worked your way into a situation that most men dream of, where you already had a lot of girls that wanted to be with you. You just had a very positive, I mean, you are a very positive person. You had a very positive attitude and a good energy.
Yeah.
But then you put up these filters almost, or these masks when you would go out, and you were not really being yourself a lot of the time. And that's really changed, I would say, since we started working together.
I was talking with a friend, like we felt stuck to some kind of degree. How I understand social dynamics really. Some kind, it needs someone from the outside to say what you're doing wrong, what's your sticking point. Because you are blind. You think you're doing the right things, but sometimes it's like the little things, you creeped out a girl or you're doing something wrong, which you don't see. Most men stuck in this phase because they think, oh, I'm doing well, I'm dating, I have a number, but actually they don't come to the point where they really felt like in love with a girl or hooked up with a girl like for longer, or maybe they are hooked up with a girl, but after like 3 or 4 days or after a week, the girl don't reply to them or answer them. Yeah.
So they meet girls, but then they somehow fuck it up. I think that's the biggest thing that I see guys do, right? That was your thing as well. You would
Yeah, of
talk
course.
to girls,
Yeah.
and everything was going good, but then instead of just being normal, you would just fuck it up by almost trying too hard to make it work.
Of course, yeah.
Interesting. I mean, most most people go through this phase, but most people just never leave this phase.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Most people, or most men, sadly, don't reflect themselves honestly. That's what one of the biggest lessons I learned from you. Like, be completely honest with yourself.
If you had to say your biggest insight in terms of dating or women you gained from working with me.
You told me if you're approaching, feel a little bit stuck. You told me, Max, chill. Maybe it doesn't vibe in the beginning, but give it time. And if she is with you, everything is okay. Don't stress yourself. Sometimes it needs time. Like, this was one of a really nice insight, but there are more of it.
That's an interesting one, though. It's this patience.
Patient.
I remember now when you said it, you were always like, if it doesn't work right away, then you're like, fuck this.
I want to go out. I feel cringe. I want to go.
And you always think, the girl doesn't like me. I remember you saying that so often. You would just talk to a girl and you're like, oh, she's not interested. Like, how do you know? You just talk to her for 20 seconds.
20 seconds, yeah.
And how would you say your improving your dating skills has affected the rest of your life? If you had to say, okay, I worked on my personal development because of my dating life, how has that affected the rest of your life?
I'm an open guy, but I was really shy as I was younger, and everyone told me, "Hey, Max, you're an extrovert person. You're like always positive, and you're going to people, approaching people." But it was not always like this, and I developed these skill set, and with your help, I have a different approach on my mindset, and this helps me a lot in business, honestly, because I don't care anymore about other people. But I don't care if they're rejecting me. It doesn't trigger me. If I'm doing cold calls and somebody is rude to me on the telephone, I don't care. And this is like a really cool mindset because it doesn't trigger you anymore. This helped me a lot. Like, dating is just part of my life, but it affects everything, like business, networking, and so on. Yeah,
the skill sets.
Yeah, the skill sets. Yeah.
And you mentioned you love bringing people together.
Yeah.
Would you say that you already loved bringing people together when you were young, but because you were shy, you just couldn't do it as well? Or
of course, it's blocked. Maybe you have it inside, but the shyness is blocking you to get to the point.
I thought about this idea of freedom. For me, freedom is very important, but I thought about why freedom is important, and there are aspects to it. There's this, because when I think of freedom, I don't think about the ability to move around. I think about the ability to be able to do whatever I want, and that's financial freedom and social freedom, because those are two things that hold us back, not being able to do it because we can't afford it, or because we're scared of the consequences, like our friend that we invited. And he's scared of what it could say about him or what other people could think. And
of course,
really almost worse than prison, because it's a prison in your mind in a way. Okay, bro, thanks for taking the time.
Really thank you for coaching.
Yeah, you're welcome. That was actually a lot of fun thinking back to that.